What does really all of this mean? Does Tampa Bay have an advantage over its competing cities? Here to help answer some of those questions, an esteemed panel of nationally acclaimed baseball experts. Joining us from USA Today and a CNN baseball analyst, Hal Bodley, and a writer for the Sporting News for 9 years, the National League expert for the Sporting News, Dave Nightingale. Also joining us live from Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia, a man who has just had published a tremendous book called Men at Work about the game of baseball, a man best known for his nationally syndicated political columns, but one of the great baseball fans, believe me, in the country, George Will. George, I know you're with your son. It's supposed to be a night off, so we thank you for taking the time to be with us. What I'd like to ask you first is, why does baseball traditionally drag its feet and drag out this process of expansion? Why can't it get done?
Well, for several reasons. In the first place, you have a lot of claimants, so there's kind of gridlock in deciding how to make what are, after all, fairly fine decisions, as your scorecard that you just tried to give indicated. Second, baseball is very concerned about acting so quickly that it puts on the field a product that simply isn't of major league caliber. The problem with expansion can be put in one number. 2 new teams requires 20 major league pitching arms. And since today you have about 20 major league teams playing that have often only 3 genuine major league pitchers among their starting 5, pitching is just that short in the major leagues, there is a genuine quality control problem that is holding up Major League Baseball. Furthermore,
well, George,
I just wanted to add, furthermore, baseball is prosperous now. It is, the fans are coming out, the quality is good, and baseball is figuring, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Well, that's all right. That's a conservative's point of view. The cynic in me, however, says that the reason baseball really doesn't want to expand is because they have a very nice television contract, and to add new members of the lodge would merely scratch the dollars out in a few more places. It's better to keep a large pile, isn't it?
Well, there is that, but on the other hand, remember, to get into this party, you're going to have to pay a big admissions fee, so they're going to get some of that money back. Second, this is a 4-year contract, and in fact, they're going to be, it's going to take 2 or 3 years to get expansion underway anyway, so the life of this contract is going to be just about over by the time expansion occurs.
George Will, thank you very much. I encourage everyone to read your book. It's a delightful book, and it's obviously written by a man who knows the game of baseball. Enjoy the game with your son tonight.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, George Will. And we're back here live at Stouffer's Plaza Hotel in Cleveland. I've already mentioned our other 2 guests here with us live, Hal Bodley and Dave Nightingale. Dave, I'm going to start with you first because you were very opinionated today after the announcement by the National League Expansion Committee, and you're not so sure anymore that Tampa Bay really is one of the front runners. Explain why.
Well, Chris, I think that Tampa Bay is certainly one of the 3 on the short list, and I think that Denver is a lock for geographical reasons that baseball does not admit exist. But they're not going to put 2 expansion teams into one division, so you figure they're going to go west. Denver, even by our own wonderful demographics, is a better team than the better hope than Phoenix. Coming back here, I think that all things equal, that Florida would get a call over upstate New York. I am impressed right now by Bob Rich's ability to write a check for $100,000 or $100 million of local money in Buffalo, and I am curious about Frank Morsani and his group coming up with $100 million worth of Tampa money, not New Jersey money, Tampa money.
Well, listen, I think we have Frank Morsani with us back in Florida. Would you like to respond to that, Mr. Morsani?
Well, I'll be happy to. I disagree. I think that the finances, we do have the finances. That is not a deterrent at all to our group. I can assure you that.
And is it local money, Frank?
Absolutely.
All right, thank you, Mr. Morsani. Listen, we have to take a break right now. Hal, don't worry. We're going to well, we certainly want to have your opinion on all of this, but we're going to have to take a break right now. And then when we come back, we're going to get some input from United States Senator Connie Mack, who will be with Dick, and then we're going to come back with Hal and Dave and extend this discussion. So stay with us. We'll be back in just a moment.